Hi, welcome. Let's dream away, right? No, it's not Antwerp, Belgium, but it's a nice wallpaper nevertheless. The topic of the video is an update. When you are building ISOs, right, you need to know all about Archiso. It's an application that builds the ArcoLinux ISO. ArcoLinux.org, download, that's the result of running scripts. And an application make Archiso. So help, right? Read. Now, the video is about Carli. I could have made the same thing for ALCI. Anything that's regarding the build of an ArcoLinux based ISO is about this, right? Archiso is a new version. What did change? What should we do? So we have made a new version, Carli 10. We'll just keep the Carli 10 version as is because it's not a major change at all. You'll see pretty soon. So we have this scripts. You can git clone this, Archiso, all of this. You can git clone it. And you need to install the installation scripts. Well, run the installation scripts, 40, 30. But this is it. This is your future system. And actually, if you come to think about it, it's nothing really. Go and have a look at properties. We have, can you imagine, 360 kilobytes, and with it we create an ISO of 1 gig, 2 gigs, 3 gigs, whatever you put in there, of course it becomes bigger. So what should I do when an Archiso comes in? Because here it says Archiso README. Close other tabs, and we've built it on version 51-1, and you just saw me type it in. I've closed it already. So sudo pacman -s Archiso. The scripts that are here are used, are created to work together with a certain version. Now, it all depends what we get as update, if it still is working. So it should become 52. The question is it possible to run this script with version Archiso 52? And that's for us to evaluate, really, to compare. There we go, melt again. So I've done my updates. It's on my system. You know the drill. Anything that you don't know what it is, you go to PAMAC. PAMAC is a beautiful graphical way of showing, hey, this is Archiso. You follow the link, go read. You look at the dependencies. It's okay. That's all. It's in there. Fine. And then you go look here, the files. Aha, there's the user bin. Make Archiso. What we're gonna do is not go and look at the baseline. We're gonna look at a folder called Releng. User share Archiso config Releng. But if you've been working on this so as long as I have, you know immediately by heart, okay, file system, user, share, Archiso. So on my other machine, my builder, I actually make copies. So I open a folder as root, maybe a good idea, a workflow. And in here, I have all kind of versions, older versions, newer versions. I mean, not newer, but the one of today, of course. So this one, Control-C, Control-V, doesn't hurt anybody if you have a nice extra 52-1, right? And next time we'll have a 53, and you make a 53, and then of course, if you have two of those, you can say, let's compare. Just a workflow thing might be interesting for you to have. All right, so Archiso. What I normally do is have a quick desktop copy. There you go. Archiso is on the desktop in the config, baseline, Releng. That's the one that interests us. That's the only one that interests us. So Control X, desktop, Control V. I don't care about all the rest. This is basically this. You see? And now we melt. Super F5. Directory comparison. Let's use my second screen to quickly drop Erlang to the left and to drop archiso to the right. So I just dragged and dropped it in the right place. So this is mine, right? Right is mine. And the idea in Carli and also on ALCI, so the ArcoLinux Calamares installer, is to not think really, to just follow along the ArcoLinux reasoning or thinking or products or files or folders. But in ArcoLinux, it's not. That's where we decide, no, I don't want that, or yes, I do want that, and so on. So there will be differences. This is not a difference, it's the same thing. We've decided to have grub on Carli, and we keep it, of course. Here are hooks. Local gen hook, uncomment mirrors hook, and ZZ remove custom hooks from. So you'll have to look and see what it is. The idea here, I can't make this bigger, guys. The idea here is to comment away, do away the hashtag in front of English US, so the locale will be generated and you have an EN-US for America. Uncomment things the server, so this slash hashtag is gone afterwards and the mirror list is activated. And this, what does this do? Remove from AI root file system is removing something afterwards by removing custom pacman hooks that are only required during ISO build. Okay, so we'll just follow along. That's the Carli thinking. ArchISO or ArcoLinux pushes something through and we just follow. We have our own mirror list, so that's new, that's different. So we did make some decisions here to be different from ArcoLinux. In ALCI will be exactly the same. This is the more or less, I think, a change in names. Voila, there it is. Type ether name here. So I agree, and that's it. We have the same file. If I refresh, 20 Ethernet network is gone. Exactly the same thing. Now here they've changed some names, so wireless and W1. So you're out, and you two guys, you're in. The cloud init target once. We have to go and copy that. There is nothing in here. We can't, I don't think we can. No, we can't copy that. I thought so. So in Erlang, in AI root file system, in etc, in systemd, in system. Okay, archiso, AI root file system, etc, in systemd, in system. We have cloud init target once. Control C, Control V. Now I have it too, right? So these links, you may think it's broken, but they're not broken. Properties, they go to your system. Systemd, well, I don't think I can make it bigger. Let's see. Oh, yes. Yeah, so they're pointing to this. That's what I wanted to show you. User lib systemd system. So there. Done, right? I move away back to here, refresh this thing. Remember the yellow guys here, refresh, and I have yellow guys here. So that's cool, that's okay, that's just melt. It's there. These two are here, these two are here. Then they made something new, modem manager thing, which we will not include in ArcoLinux modems, but we can copy to the right. Pacman init service is there already, and it's pointing to something else, but let's do that later. So this is just a link, not the file itself. SSHD service is enabled. Right, there it is. It's enabled now. And we have here the modem manager service that we need as well. So that's something new. Default targets, we want to boot up in something graphical. ArcoLinux doesn't care, right? It's just going to go to something black. Now it's up to you. But we want something to boot up into and be greeted by SDDM. And here's the pacman init service. Not sure why we've done it. I think we'll keep it in on ArcoLinux, the have-a-get service. 2-3 years ago we've added it to ArcoLinux, and we felt it was super fast in booting up if you included it. So by inserting have-a-get we had a faster boot up. So we'll see, evaluate and maybe do a test or something, but in this case, right, Carli, just follow what they say. An extra that we have, of course, is our own keys that are imported. We should keep it. The reflector is a small change, latest 20, latest 70, so fine. 70 or 20. Then some names, Carli release, def release, group, we need G-Shadow, we need host name. That's because of the use of Calamares, of course, and the way it's all pieced together as a little puzzle. So some names. This one is not important, but it's cleaning up. Well, the file is of course important, but it's you see just some text here, and they've now deleted it again. It used to be there. Next, last version, they've put this line in there. Now it's out again. And a mod D, they've changed their mod D, so whatever they say, I don't care. That's done, that's in. It's our pacman.conf, password sddm.conf, if you want to have a look. So we have an extra line because of the fact that we have Calamares, and I'm gonna have a live user. Same here, a live user. Small stuff here. Location is added. Okay, fine, location is added. Save. And then we have to make things easy with a Carli before and final. That's the sequence of the Calamares, right? The dominoes have to fall. That one first, that one first, that one first. And before you do that module, you do this, and afterwards, after the installation, we clean up everything that's up here. That shouldn't be there on a operating system afterwards. Some name changes. We do go for a cow space 4 gig, so it means that you can install some stuff on the live DVD. There's always a reason to install Sublime Text or something, to edit something, or quickly have Firefox available, I don't know. Install some stuff, and then with cow space you can. Carli, just a name. And here all the differences are arch, and Carli. So that's the only difference. Same here, and cow space. Those are images. License, that's our stuff. And the packages, yeah, they've put something extra on their ISO. So ArcoLinux puts out an ISO every month, and they decide what they put on their ISO. Arch install is in there. Cloud init, we've seen the services, is in there. have-a-get is no longer in there, as you see. It is said that we should follow Carli is 100%. So I'll test it out on ArcoLinux, whether I want to keep it or not. Modem Manager is here. SL, I don't know why SL is in there. I think it's an April's Fool's Day joke. SL is the steam locomotive run across your terminal. That's it. If you don't know what this is, a little bit of fun stuff inside. The video, SL. Now we can call your kit and say, look, I've got a virus. All right, so SL I think is more like a 1st of April joke, and then soft firmware, I don't know. Well, I do know it's sound, but it's in there, and we've also put it on ArcoLinux as well. So SL is just part of our fun script. So if we do sudo pacman -s ArcoLinux, we have three meta packages. These are our meta packages. Meta fun, lots of fun stuff to make screenshots. Meta Steam, go play, and meta utilities, and that's it, right? So if we type meta fun, I'm pretty sure, look at that, a lot of stuff. ASCII query, unboxy, cool retro terms, CPU fetch is here in the server. CPU fetch could actually be also utilities. Enfin, it's just fun stuff. T2i clock to make a beautiful screenshot. That's all it is. NSL is in there as well. And this is our stuff. Can you imagine? That's the only difference between ArcoLinux in packages wise, of course. That's it. 20 lines, 26 lines, and all the rest is just Arch. General ArcoLinux ISO. Okay. All right. Save. And then the pacman.conf. I love candy. We do love candy. And if you put the hashtag away, you have as well these little pacman guys that we have on ArcoLinux. Why not do that for that next time, right? And then profile. Profile changed a little bit. I was thinking I need to change the build script as well here, like I did on ArcoLinux. So now they put everything in between quotes. No, I don't think I need to change the scripts here. I did do the change. Had to do the change. Let's go for number 4 already. It's April. So that's that. So you compare, change what you don't like. And here we've been playing with this as well. So this is a new line. That is something newly defined. And let's go this time for their way of thinking. So this guy is exactly the same as the other guy. Exit. So it's a different compression. I've been playing around with all kinds of parameters there. And here we have, look at that. They've changed shadow to 4. Okay, 4 it is. Now I do wonder, I think both of them should be 4 then. Like so. Save. All the rest seems to be the same. Huh? And these are our stuff. So scripts who need to have a certain permission, you need to add it here in the profile def. I have the feeling I forgot something, so I'm gonna go over. Here you are. Incredible, intuitive. So Arch, save. Okay, right, we'll see. And if we want to scroll anymore, it's done. We're done scrolling. And then the last thing, always, again, go over it again, refresh it again. The same. We want to have a grub. The name Carli is there, somewhere in there. So we've deleted the theme. Vimix was not there, of course. Here it is, grub. So you see the name grub somewhere, not ArcoLinux, but it says Carli. We've done that, did we? Nothing to do, right? Okay, Pacman mirror list. This is the mirror list. This is the one that's going to be served, right? So that's a good one. All the rest is just a long list, not going to be used. No password, gwill. We have the cloud for here, and then 2 there, 2 there. That's the one there. This one, yep, of course. Otherwise, no fun for me. Carli release number. No, here's no number, just rolling. Def release, here's a number for save. Group, shadow, host name, pacman.conf, password, SDM. Shadow, our stuff to build, cow spaces, things in here. Yeah, the packages. So we've changed the packages. Just the April's Fool's Day. We've not put it in there. But we can go up here. So none of these are going to be used. None of them. You can just delete them. But I just want to point out how easy it is to install Plasma or XFCE or. All you have to do is compare, and the only difference between these lines, these two lines, that's it. Mate, Mate Extra, XFCE, XFCE for goodies, that's it. All the rest is the same. It's super fun to just build your Carli with something else. Standard we have Plasma, but it does not have to be that way. So since we've changed packages x86, I can do this and this, compare, and he'll say, okay, arch install, cloud init, have a get, has to go, and let's scroll down, modem manager. I suppose there are still people out there in the world, big world, with modem managers. That's it. You see, it's beautiful shown, right? That's the only difference between Plasma and Cinnamon, and between GNOME. Done. Save. So this is the original one. Now we continue. Always start with a original in your head. It's okay. That one needs to be 100%, and all the rest is derived. Hold on. Done. Save. Start with this one, and that's the last one. So we could do a test, and then we test Mate as well. Everything is okay. That's it. Voila. Guys, it's done. It's finished. That was your Arch ISO update. The next time it might be something heavier or more difficult, but it all depends. We have here the Arch ISO README. Version has been updated. And we have nothing more to do. And here we have a script, change all versions at once. I think I've covered that. So installation scripts, no, I have not covered that. So profile dev, this guy I've changed, and that guy I think have been changed. I think it was version 21.03.1, version 21.04.1. Yes, please. Let's see what it did to the scripts. Actually, I do a PT version 21.04. No, let's try 03. Okay, 04. Okay, so etc def release is 4, ISO label is 4, ISO version is 4, and here are my scripts 30 and 40. So when I build my scripts, it has the correct number. Do I need to change something in the script here? We can say that this is Arch ISO 52. That's important. Arch ISO required version. Otherwise it stops building, right? It's a check. Are you using the correct version? Okay. I think we are now 52. And do we change it somewhere? Yeah. We change it. So remember that we changed the profile def sh. Ale, you go there because I need to go here. Remember that we changed this one. Let's open that with something else. Yeah, atom, why not? Remember we put here these quotes. Now I'm looking for a word called ISO name Carli without quotes. So I need to add a quote here and a quote here. ISO label is okay. And that's it, I think. If I remember correctly, in ArcoLinux, that's the only thing I had to change, because it will try to rename something, old name with new name there and there. And that's for the next video. We'll build Carli 10 and see if it's building okay. So, if you managed to think it through, I do a quick compare. And then you see here, there is these quotes. So number 40, number 30 need to be the same. Voila, ISO name Carli. And all the rest is the difference between one and the other. Deleting the cache or not. And removing the build folder or not. Okay, save. That's it, that's the end for the video. Now I'll immediately start again with a second video, and that's building it, checking that it works. All right, cheers.